Good morning, children. Welcome to English class. Let's continue with our textual activities of third unit. Listen carefully. Children, in the last unit, you had studied the profile of A.R. Rahman and Michael Jackson. Now, shall we make a profile of J.L. Baird, the inventor of the television, by using the hints given here? Let's go through the hints. Born, place, education, occupation, invention, and death. Let's make a profile of J.L. Baird by using the hints in an appropriate way. Children, while writing a profile, you should write the name of that personality in the center. Then, how should you begin? You should begin profile with his name, that is J.L. Baird, then was born on, because it is already happened past tense. Profile should write in past tense, that is was born on August 13, 1888. Then one more, children, here along with the date and day. Along with the date and day, we should use the preposition on. Okay, so J.L. Baird was born on August 13. Here August 13, that is date. So we should write on. Then 1888. At Helensburgh in Scotland. Here at Helensburgh in Scotland. Children, at is used with the small towns. Okay, if there are two places given, means at is used with the small towns and in is used with the big cities. Okay, here two places are mentioned. Helensburgh, Scotland. So at Helensburgh in Scotland. That is in easy way. It can be made clear that, children, at Alathur in Palakkad. That is Palakkad. Comparatively, compare with Alathur. Palakkad is big city. Okay. So, at Alathur in Palakkad. Is it clear, children? At is used with a small place. In is used with the big cities. Okay. So, here J.L. Baird was born on August 13, 1888 at Helensburgh in Scotland. Then next, his education. So we should write he had studied, because it is past tense. So you should write he had. Had shows past tense. He had studied. Had plus V3. That is, study is the verb and its third form is studied. That is, had plus V3. Had studied in Lamont School, University of Strathclyde. But First World War interrupted his studies. Next, his occupation. Don't write, children, his occupation was. It's not a standard. So you should write he was. Was shows past tense because he is no more now. So we should write he was superintendent engineer in Sword Valley Electrical Power Company. Then next about his inventions. Next hint about his inventions. So we can write just one point. I added that his inventions are highly appreciable. And we can write like this. He had invented. Here also I told children past tense. That is had plus V3. Had invented. Invent is the V1 form. Its V3 form is invented. So children, you should remember this one. Along with the have, has, had, we should write the third form of the verb, that is V3. Here, why should we use had? Because while writing a profile, we should mention this past in. This is in past tense. So, he had invented first transmission of a semi-mechanical analog television system in February 1924. In 1927, set up the Wired Television Development Company Limited. From 1929 to 1935, the BBC telecast programs using the 30 Lion Bird system. Here we have written he had invented. We can write the same thing as his inventions are. Okay, then don't get confused that why should we use here are? Are is present tense. Are shows present tense. Then why should we use here are? Don't get confused because his inventions are still alive. Right. So if we are writing his inventions, then we should use are. His inventions are. That is, we are just mentioning his inventions here. Both are correct, children. He had invented or his inventions are. It means we are listing his inventions here. Okay. So he had invented first transmission of a semi-mechanical analog television system in February 1924. In 1927, set up the Wired Television Development Company Limited. From 1929 to 1935, the BBC telecast programs using the 30-line bed system. Then next, his death, died. So don't write he died on. Instead, we should use the phrasal verb passed away. That is, he passed away in 1946. Okay, he passed away. Instead of died, we use the phrasal verb passed away. So he passed away in 1946. In 1946, that is 1946 is year. So along with the year also we should use the preposition in. Okay, along with the year we should use the preposition in. So children, once again, along with the day and date, we should use the preposition on. That is, on Sunday, on Monday, on 3rd October, on 10th October, or on October 10, on August 10. Then along with the month and year, we should use the preposition in February, in October, in March, in 1992, in 2020. Then at is used with the small town and time. At 11 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, at Alathur. Then in is also used with the big cities, that is in Palakkad. Children, this profile writing is a sure question for your exam, so go through it very well. Next, we are going to discuss metaphor from the poem Books. Examine the first line of the last stanza. Each book is a magic box. Each book is a magic box. Here, the figure of speech or poetic device used here is the metaphor. Then what is metaphor, children? Metaphor is a figure of speech used to describe something by referring to something else. Okay? It is a figure of speech and it is used to describe something by referring to something else. But it does not assert a comparison. That means it is not a direct comparison. Okay, metaphor is a figure of speech. It is used to describe something by referring to something else. Describe something by referring to something else, but it does not assert a comparison. That means it is not a direct comparison. That is metaphor. But it is just like comparison, hidden comparison. Here each book is a magic box, but it is not a direct comparison. It is stating one thing with another. Each book is a magic box. It is the metaphor. So what is metaphor? It is used to describe something by referring to something else. Let us go through a few examples of metaphor. He was a lion in the battle. Okay, here stating one thing with another or describe something by referring to another. That is, he was a lion in the battle. My love is a red rose. Describe something by referring to something else. My love is a red rose. So once again, children, metaphor is used to describe something by referring to something else. Describe something. We are describing something by referring to something else. Then next topic, antony. Polya was initially illiterate. Finally, she became literate. the word illiterate is opposite in meaning to the word literate. The word illiterate is opposite in meaning to the word literate. Literate means what? Educated one. Just as finally is the opposite in meaning to initially. Finally is the opposite in meaning to initially. Here, illiterate and literate are antonyms. What is antonym, children? An antonym is a word that means the opposite of another word. That is opposite words. That is antonym. Synonym. Have you heard of synonym? Synonym means the words having same meaning. That is synonym. Antonym means what? Words that mean the opposite of another word. Word that means the opposite of another word. That is opposite meaning. Antonym. Here is a set of words and their antonyms. Shall we match it, children? See, children. Arrive, depart, then asleep, awake, then forget, its opposite, remember, then hate, opposite meaning, antonym, love, then modern, ancient. So once again, what is antonym? Antonym is a word that means the opposite of another word. That is opposite in meaning. Now discuss relative pronouns. What is relative pronoun, children? A relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or phrase in a sentence, that is a part of a sentence, to a noun or pronoun. You see them used every day with the most common relative pronouns being who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, and that. In simple words, we can say relative pronoun relates one part of the sentence with another. A relative pronoun relates one part of the sentence with another. Let us discuss some most common relative pronouns. Who and whom is used to refer people. Okay, who and whom is used to refer people. Which is used to refer animals, objects, or ideas. Whose refer possession. That is used to refer people, animals, or objects. Where is used to refer places. When is used to refer time. So who is used to refer to people, which, animals, objects, or ideas. Whose, possession. That, people, animals, or objects. Where, places. When, time. So when we go through the examples, it will be very easy for you, children. See, children, some examples. Who, it relates to people. That is subject. Subject means what? The doer of the action. In a sentence, subject, verb, object. Subject is the doer of the action and object is the receiver of the action. I always tell you, children, teacher teaches the students. Here, teacher is the subject, that is the doer of the action, and the students are the object, that is the receiver of the action. So who is used to refer people as subject. That is the musician who wrote this song is French. Here musician is the subject of the sentence and who refer to the people musician. That is the musician who wrote this song is French. Next, whom. Whom is also relates to people but is in object. Object position. That is object is the receiver of the action. Subject is the doer of the action. In first sentence, the musician is doing the action. But whom is used to refer people as object. Look at the example. I know the boy whom sits next to you. In the sentence, I know the boy. Which is the subject here? I is the subject because I is doing the action. I, subject. And who is the object here? That is receiver of the action, the boy. And know is the action. I know the boy. I is the subject, know is the verb, and the boy is the object, that is receiver of the action. So whom relates to people, an object. in object position, that is the receiver of the action. I know the boy whom sits next to you. Then which relates to animals and objects. This is the cake which Mary made. Here which refers to cake. Then why refers to reason. Do you know the reason why the market is closed? So why refers to reason. Then when refers to time. The day when the concert takes place is Saturday. It also refers time. Then where refers to places. This is the house where my son was born. Then whose refers to possession. The boy whose phone just rang should stand up. Then that relates to people, animal and things. That relates to people, animals and things. That is 12th September is the date that I was born. So once again, what is relative pronoun? A relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or a phrase. Clause and phrase means it is a part of a sentence. So used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or pronoun. Now children, read and analyze the given sentence from the passage, the television. The radio was, in fact, developed from the telegraph, which was invented by Cook and Wheatstone in 1835. Now, let's split the sentence into two. First one, the radio was in fact developed from the telegraph. It was invented by Cook and Wheatstone in 1835. See what happens when these two sentences are combined. When these two sentences are combined, we use the relative pronoun which. We used the relative pronoun which. So which is used to refer things or objects or ideas. Now let's go through some more examples. It was a Scotsman named J.L. Baird who invented the television. Here the relative pronoun who is used to refer the person J.L. Baird. The next, most of the pigeons that were used for carrying messages had a sense of right direction. Here most of the pigeons that were used. Here that is the relative pronoun used to refer pigeon. Long ago, birds used to carry messages which were clipped to their wings. Here which is the relative pronoun used to refer messages. Once again children, it is very important, so listen carefully. Who relates to people in subject position? Subject is the doer of the action. Then whom relates to people in object position, that is object is the receiver of the action. Which relates to animals and objects. Why refers to reason. When refers to time. Where refers to places. Whose refers to possession. That relates to people, animals and things. Okay children, now let's watch a video of relative pronoun.